I started off in the dry department on the planer line, piling boards, so you get to know the species, the various grades. Now I work out in the log yard. I've been out there for over 3 years. In the mill, I got a taste for what the grades were, got a first look at bird's eye and curl, stuff that you see out in the logs. It was a starting point, essentially, that got me into the log yard. Well, this is here our standard Scribner decimal C. We have a metal end on here, which is used for sounding. You can thump on the end of the log. You can check for soundness. You get a hollow tone if there's rot. Also, it's great for scraping mud and snow and dirt out of the way so you can actually get your log face clear so you can see it. You do grow attached to your own scale stick. It's essentially a part of you when you're out there all day, every day. You've had it for so long, you can trust in your tool. Here we have an example of a log that did not make a specification to be a log. It's essentially a call. So I can use the sounding end, the metal end on my scaling stick, and all I have to do is tap, and you get a nice tight pitch on good material. Then as you get to the rot, you get that dull thud. As I roll it over, you can see the obvious reason for it. You have all this dead material in here. And where there's death, there's no quality. That's why this log is a call. So when we have a call log, we put an X on it so it doesn't go into our decks, so it doesn't get cut. And we have a separate pile for our calls. We're all in it together. So it's in my best interest to do the best job that I can, making sure we're giving the quality that we need. Everything we do is for the customer, for the vendor, and for our company. I need to make sure I'm scaling and grading fair and accurate, so our vendors are getting what they're expecting, our company is getting what we're expecting. So you have to measure from the narrow end, because that will be your max yield for your volume. I determine what the narrow end of the log is. I'm looking for stain, discoloration. I'm looking for hole, rot on both sides of the log. If the end is good, then I'm looking for mechanical damage, breaks, or in this log here you can see the sweep where it's grown crooked. So there's where you're going to lose volume off your log. So you have to imagine the saw coming down. It's going to remove all this material, which is not enough to make a board. So that's where you lose your actual volume to come up with your total net volume. When the saw starts coming through, it needs to take off slabs. As it's slabbing, you'll get essentially just waste material and no board on there. So that's why it's important to measure the sweep deduction for the total volume, the net volume of the log that we're doing.